That's a fun way to start out the day. Unfortunately, I had to yell because my lips were too dry to get my whistle to work. Let's try it again. There we go. Usually that works. Did I expect that guy to go? No. I thought he saw me. Now, after this light, I'll explain why he didn't see me. Because he didn't. Look on his face was like, holy crap, there's someone there. But what happens is, when people are driving, and I catch myself doing this too, so I can't say it's just everyone else, it's me too. But when we're driving, we tend to look for things that can hurt us, and that's it. And we know, as we're in a car, that pedestrians, cyclists, even motorcycles and scooters are not going to hurt us really. They might damage the car a little bit, but you know, it's the I'm bigger, get out of my way feeling. I'm bigger, I'm stronger, so you need to move, you need to give way type of feeling. And people say that all the time. Why would you fight with a car? You're going to lose. Regarding physics, they're absolutely right. Yeah, just run that red light, buddy. All right, that was awesome. That's what most people do here. Smelled like burning rubber back there. Because that, I think it was a geoprism that went by, took that corner way too fast. Now, like I said, I'm guilty of the bigger has priority sentiment, mostly when I'm driving my car and I'm dealing with pedestrians. Really and truly, pedestrians in this area are to go first. But sometimes you have to push through because they won't stop. Good morning. So I'll tell you a story. Years ago, I had a car, but it had just been destroyed in a flood, and I was in the process of purchasing a new one. And it took a few months. So while I was waiting, I was going out on dates. Hadn't gotten married yet, hadn't met my wife yet. So I went out on a date, took this girl down to the Las Vegas Strip, and what's going on here? They got cones up. Weird. Anyway, took her down to the Las Vegas Strip, and we were going to, I think we went to a movie or a show or something, and we were leaving. And Las Vegas Strip is just chock full of pedestrians at night. Just ridiculous. And even with the red don't walk signal and people yelling and beeping, pedestrians just keep coming. They don't stop. So you have to push through. Well, I was trying to push through. These pedestrians just kept coming and coming and coming, just crossing the street. I think it was probably about 3 or 4 minutes of just solid pedestrians crossing. Even with the don't walk signal, they just go, oh, they're waiting, so let's just go. And they would go. I started to get frustrated. So I started inching forward a little bit, trying to push through, and they just kept coming, and as I'd move forward, they would go out into the street, and they started blocking other cars. Well, one guy decided to be a real jerk, bug in my mouth, and he decided to go this way and hit the trees. Whoa, probably shouldn't have. Whoa. Anyway, so this guy decided to stop right in front of my car. I'd been there for 3 or 4 minutes waiting, and the lights only last about 15 seconds, so. And I'd actually been there through 2 green lights. So this guy decided to be smart and stand right in front of my car and lift his bottle to his lips and chug his beer. Even school buses do it. But I don't. Good morning. So while he was standing there chugging his beer, I beeped at him. I knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. And he turned and yelled at me. And then he got his friend to do the same thing, and they just stood there and stared at me. Well, I was in a pretty decent car. Had a nice LT1 engine in it and an awesome, I think it was a Flowmaster exhaust, so it was noisy. No, dude, it's not your turn to go. Anyway, so I revved the engine, and the guy started yelling at me and was like, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Run me over?" And then he banged on the car. Well, I knew how to do a burnout, but I didn't do it and release the burnout. I just did it a little bit, spun the tires and made some smoke, and didn't move because I could lock up the front, just let the back spin the tires for a bit. That's what I did. So I did a small burnout, not much, probably just spun through the tires maybe 3 times. And rather than scaring the guy, which is kind of what I hoped, because I wanted him to stop banging on my car. It wasn't my car, but I still wanted him to stop. Rather than scaring him, it just ticked him off. He laid down on the front of the car, and that, I almost got out. A couple things happened after that. Number one, never went out with that girl again. Wonder why. Pretty obvious. Nope. On your left. Good morning. Good morning. Well, the other thing was, I learned that it's up to you whether you escalate the problem or not. So in this case, this morning, the guy pulling out, I yelled to get his attention, not to be angry. And it worked, in a way. Good morning. Could I have chased him down? Honestly, probably not in that area. That particular street that I was on there, that I was turning onto, has a speed limit of 25. I can usually do about 25 and stay there. But drivers tend to do anywhere between 35 and 50 on that street. So it's about a third of a mile between stop signs. And because there's stop signs, people don't stay there for very long, and most of them just kind of roll through it anyway. So why is this guy riding in the bike lane? Anyway, even if I had, I probably would have said, dude, please be more careful. Don't just watch out for you, but watch out for me too, please. Woo, the sun's bright. Oh, that's why. She's looking down at her phone. You know, I sometimes think I should talk to people when they're on their phone. I've actually done that in my car. Their response usually is, "I'm not hurting anybody," to which I reply, "Not yet." But keep it up and you might. So I'd prefer you put it down, at least while I'm on the street. They'd say, "Well, how am I supposed to know when you're on the street?" You're not. So how about you do it all the time? That would be nice. And you get the sun in your eyes now. Well, that's all I have for now. If you're driving, please watch out for everything. I try to make a conscious effort to do that. Don't just look for the things that can hurt you, but look for the things that you can hurt too, and not just dogs. Runaway dogs should not be the only thing you try to keep yourself from hitting. Anyway, click those buttons, like, subscribe, stuff like that, and keep being awesome. Ride safe and all that good stuff. And I'll be on your left. Those are good tacos there.